Yeah, hi there. These comments are for YJR, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons. And I just read your independent writing practice test number 38, and I want to give you some comments right now. Excuse me. All right, so let's take a look. So first of all, if I remember correctly, you put together an essay here. It took you 1 hour and 59 minutes to write this particular essay. And I posted it here also so we can take a look at it. What I would do here is put a semicolon to avoid a sentence structure error, then put however. So we have people have various types of jobs to earn money. Many people earn just enough to live their lives. However, some famous athletes and entertainers can earn millions of dollars every year. If we take a look at this information, we will think it is not fair. I'm going to say for these people to earn so much money. And here, I think because you're using this as a transition word, you want to use a word like however, but I'm going to say nonetheless here because we've already used however before, right? So nonetheless, athletes and entertainers, you can't say are deserve, right? Because if you say are, then you have to say ing. You can just say athletes and entertainers deserve high salaries by giving us hope, losing their private lives, and giving us laughs. Okay, so let's go. So now we kind of cleaned up that first paragraph a little bit. Now, who is they? You use they in the first line of these topic sentences. Probably not a good idea because the purpose of a topic sentence is to introduce the information for that paragraph, and you probably don't want to begin your paragraph with the word they. But what if I did this? We know what they means. I mean, what if you said, celebrities give us hope, hopes and dreams. Second, instead of saying they, or figures, here. Now what have we done now? Instead of the word they, we're using more specific type language, and then we're also demonstrating a little bit wider range of vocabulary. Remember, a pronoun, it refers back to information already mentioned, and I know that the pronoun refers back to information that you have already mentioned in the first paragraph, but it's probably better to give a more specific noun in those topic sentences like I just did. So celebrities give us hopes and dreams. Getting hopes and dreams costs more So you might say something like this. So they deserve to be paid a lot of money. What have I done here by doing this? Think about it for a minute. By saying this, I have connected it back to deserve such high salaries, right? So to give someone hopes and dreams, I'm going to say makes, simple present, makes someone alive or live a whole different, because you have singular here, right? Life. Celebrities were not celebrities from the beginning. They started from the very bottom and they endured all the hardships that they confronted. Now here's a problem though. You got to be careful here. Remember, the purpose here is to show how these celebrities have they've given us hopes and dreams. You're saying they endured all the hardships that they confronted. Ji-sung Park, the famous Korean soccer player who was in Manchester United, is a good example. He started soccer from elementary school, and he also was disadvantaged as an athlete. He had flat feet and he was short. However, I'm going to not say win over, I'm going to say overcome is better. Or overcame. He overcame all these obstacles by practicing more than 10 hours a day and finally became one of the top soccer players maybe in the world. But here's a problem. How does this illustrate the giving, the hope, and the dream thing? If you want to make that connection, say thus, this example gives other people hope that if they practice hard enough and long enough, that they can be successful in life. So if you take this idea and then you tie it back to hopes and dreams, I have no problem with that, but you didn't really do that. You just simply said he overcame all these obstacles by practicing more and so on, but you didn't really connect your example back to the hopes and the dreams. But I liked your use of the example here. Ji-sung Park, that was very effective in terms of giving that example to support your idea. So you say, secondly, high-profile figures get famous at the cost of their private lives. The more famous they become, the more they lose their private lives. This is because they are public people, right? If they go outside, I'm going to use the word will here. You're using present tense to talk about a present possible condition. If they go outside, they will probably be disturbed from fans or paparazzis. Also, they're not allowed to act according to their own mood. At the moment, or to be influenced by their own sentiments. For instance, a comedian who has lost his close friend a couple of hours before must laugh before TV viewers just a couple of hours later. All right, so they can't share that. That example is not bad. I think it kind of connects. But you should probably also say something like, if somebody like Miley Cyrus, for example, if she goes to the supermarket, she will be followed by either fans or paparazzis and will maybe have to sign photographs even though she's going there to get her groceries. So you say, lastly, famous people give us a lot of laughs. Here, So again, I'm trying to connect those topic sentences back. So high-profile figures get famous at the cost of their private lives, which is also why they should earn huge salaries. The more famous they become, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the next one. Lastly, famous people give us a lot of laughs. Astronomical sums of money because they, here. Now we have a little bit better topic sentence here. So lastly, famous people should also earn astronomical sums of money because they give us a lot of laughs. I do not know how many people laugh because of them. In my case, I watch a variety show, maybe comma, and I'm happy because of it. I solve the stress. I'm going to say by watching it. Laughing is very important in our lives. It purges our bodies. You want to say apostrophe S. It purges our body's energy. Therefore, they give us a lot of laughs. And they help us through media. This is the reason they deserve high salaries. How about this is yet another reason they deserve high salaries. Alright, so overall what I did is I went through your paragraph, I made some editing changes, I reframed some of your topic sentences to give your ideas a clearer pattern of organization, and particularly one that more directly connects to the purpose of the writing. Now the question is, what is your score? So let's take a look at the rubrics. Okay, where is it here? Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay, so we have 3.7535. I'm going to put you at 3.0 out of 5. That's going to put you at 20 points out of 30. I think here, as I said, sometimes it's difficult to understand the connection of your ideas. That's why I gave you some solutions on how you can reframe your topic sentences so they better connect back to the purpose of the writing. I even pointed out in that one paragraph, it didn't really illustrate, I think, the point that you were trying to make. Where was it? It was, I think, this idea, the Korean player thing. How does this connect back to giving us hopes and dreams? I think you needed to circle back to the purpose of that paragraph to show us why you decided to include that particular example. So you also had some problems with your word choice, your sentence formation, which also is making it a little bit difficult for you to communicate your ideas. So here you got 3.0 out of 5, 20 points out of 30. Now if you go to the syllabus, 3.0 is going to put you at 76% out of 100 on this writing midterm exam. Now what do? You got to get better, right? It's probably you didn't envision getting a 76 on this, but there are some things you can do, I think, to make your writing stronger than it is right now. So I'm going to give you some suggestions right now. I think probably lesson number 8, how to make your writing more coherent. I think that's a great lesson that you should take a look at right now based on your current writing abilities. Now also going to the grammar part of my course, You have a lot of problems in a lot of areas, but let me just give you a few things that you can take a look at. I'm going to try not to overwhelm you too much here. Okay, so going to grammar. I think you had some trouble in the grammar area. If you haven't done this, probably not a bad idea. Go to the grammar section, take my grammar diagnostic pretest. It will tell you which areas in the grammar part of my course you can study more. But I think based on the writing that I see right now, lesson number 8, adverb clauses, I think would be very important for you to study right now. Also, count and non-count nouns, lesson number 16. This is also an important lesson for you right now based on your abilities. Lesson number 20, articles. You can take a look at that. Lesson number 25, comma splices, run-on sentences and fragments. I definitely think you can learn more by studying that one. And also lesson number 28, when to use commas. Now my final suggestion is this. So the first step is to go through those recommended lessons and study those areas first. And then between now and the final exam in this class, this will not affect your grade at all, but it will give you some really good practice. I will not record any of these grades in, but I think you should do some more writing practice tests. You seem to be a little bit uncomfortable doing essay exam writing, and they say practice makes perfect, right? So do maybe 3 or 4 writing practice tests before the final exam. Make sure you send me an email when you complete that writing practice test. I will send it over to my teaching assistant who will give you a score with some basic comments so you can kind of judge and see how you're doing. And I think that would really help you solve some of the organizational and editing issues that you have. The more you practice writing, the better you get at it. You become more familiar with it. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for completing this assignment, and I look forward to reading your final writing exam in this class.